So what are some of the things that I love about Christmas? I love, of course, the decorations, the spirit. Everybody seems to be in a giving spirit, and I like that. I think that's what we need, is for us to get out of our own flesh and do something for somebody else. I have to say, gift getting is not my favorite part. I feel like we're so blessed, and there's not a whole lot in this world that I want, although there is this one Louis Vuitton bag that I would like to have, but it's not likely that anyone's going to be able to get it for me. They'd have to take an offering, probably, from a lot of people. But I love to, bless my family. Some of the things that we've done in years past that are really special and stand out in my mind are when we have adopted another family. And by that I mean, I think it was 2 years ago, we had a family that we knew about that was really struggling. The father had been out of work for a long time, and that's really what's going on in our economy today. There's so many people that are out of work. Now, we do it anonymously because to us that's just kind of the fun. We don't really want the credit for it, but we love being a part of the giving process. So I bought things that were personal because I knew that this was going to be a really tough Christmas for them. We also were able to get some other people to donate as well, even grocery stores. People who we just told the story of how they were struggling, and it was amazing how the community kind of came together. It was really, really special. What we did was on Christmas Eve, we had our traditional time where we get together as a family, we go to church, and after church we come home and everyone gets to open one present. Of course, we have a wonderful buffet dinner first, and I don't cook, but I usually get a honey baked ham, and I do cook, okay? I cook sometimes on special occasions. But I made a beautiful buffet, and of course it was beautiful. The table looked amazing. Everyone had dinner. Everyone opened one present, and the gift I gave my husband was the Wii program, or Wii game. So that was fun. Everyone played Wii, and that was a really, really good time. But what I did was I wrapped the presents really, really fancy, like I always do. And we invited this family to join us that night for dinner. And they never said a word about the fact that they weren't going to have, in fact, we found out they didn't have a Christmas tree. So while they were at our home on Christmas Eve having dinner, and I had one gift each wrapped for them that was personal, but not too personal. On the outside, there was a friend of ours who was helping us. He was a co-conspirator with us on this plan. He went over to their house, and my daughter knew where they kept their spare key. He let himself in. He brought in a fresh cut Christmas tree. I had given him strings of lights and a couple of boxes of balls. I'm sure it was fabulous. Well, he is a man, but we're gonna give him some grace. He decorated the tree, left a plate of fresh cookies, and then all these presents wrapped into the tree. Now all the gifts had their names on them, but they didn't have our name on them as the person giving them. And I wrapped them specifically in very average paper, not something that would, if I had this beautiful foil wrapped paper and, wire ribboned bows custom made and put on there, they might have known it was us. They went home. They left our house at about 11:30, and they went home. And the fun part for us as a family was just imagining what it was like to walk into their house when everything was dark, and there in the middle of their living room was a lit Christmas tree with packages all beneath it. I mean, I would love to have been a fly on the wall or to have videotaped it. It would have been amazing. But our whole point was we wanted to remain anonymous. And so we felt as a family like we really blessed somebody else who just was going through some hard times. And because we knew them, it made it all that much more personal. But we did hear the father sent a text to my husband the next day, and he said, "You would not believe what happened to our family last night. You could have heard the screams from the next state over." So that was really cool. It doesn't mean that you have to have a ton of extra money to do that. It just means you have to have a ton of extra love and a heart to want to bless somebody. Another thing that we have done for the past few years is we've gone downtown I think we usually go on the 22nd of December, and we take to the homeless people who literally are sleeping in, some of them have tents, which would be considered, a home to them. Most of them do not. They sleep completely out in the cold. Now, Granted, we don't live in Chicago or Detroit, so it's not snowing, but it does get very, very cold at night. And they sleep just on the concrete in a sleeping bag. Some of them only have cardboard. And the wealthier of the group have a tent. And it's just a real mixed bag of people, but they have nothing, completely homeless. So we don't take food down because we know there's soup kitchens, but what we do is we take warm gloves, warm socks, new jackets, hats. Last year we had these coffee things that you twisted the bottom and it instantly turned to hot water. I don't know, it was really, really high tech. I actually wanted to keep one, but I didn't. I gave them to the homeless people. But that was a neat thing to do too, and it's a way to give back to people who don't have anything. Just today, it was very fun. Our church sponsored a give back to the community thing, and what they did was they went to Target in our local community. And Target store, for those of you who are around the world, it's, I don't even know how to explain it, maybe like a Walmart, only a little bit, cooler. I actually like Target. I buy a lot of my accessories there. But we went to Target, and out front we set up tables and we brought our own Christmas wrapping paper and our own bows. You know me, I'm loving that. And we wrapped people's presents for free. No donations, we wouldn't take donations, nothing. We just wanted to do something for the community and show them some love and what the Christmas spirit and the holidays are all about. So that was really fun for me to get to wrap presents for complete and total strangers and see how surprised they were. They tried to give us money, tips, and a lot of high schools do Christmas gift wrapping to raise money. But for us, we didn't want anything, we just wanted to give. That was really a fun thing to do. You probably have some talents and things that you do that you're known for. Maybe you bake. If you did, I wish you would bring something to my house right now. I am starving. I love homemade cookies. I love homemade goodies. I love those, I think they're called Russian tea cakes, and they have the white powdered sugar on them. If you happen to be a fan of mine, I don't mind giving you my address and you can send me a box of those. That would be just great. Just try to think of something that you can do for somebody that really doesn't even take money. It just takes your time, and it takes a heart to want to do something to bless people. This year has been fun for me to do this video series on Christmas decorating because it's what I do, and it's what I do for actually very wealthy people. But for me to make this series and post it on YouTube is a way to give back to the community. Give to people who would not ordinarily be able to afford my services. I feel like I've kind of perfected the Christmas decorating thing a little bit over the years, and so for me to share that with you, I've gotten so many amazing comments and responses, and it's been very uplifting for me. I hope that you've been able to use some of the ideas and the tips that I gave you, and I hope that you're going to have really not only the most beautiful Christmas you've ever had, but I hope that you have really a warm and loving, family-oriented Christmas this year. For those of you who don't celebrate Christmas, I just want to send you warm wishes from Robeson Design Studios in San Diego and from my family, the Robeson family. We wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and God bless.